Uh-oh. Hello, my friends. Welcome to my channel. This is Kimberly with Journal Breeze. Today I am going to do my design team project for Chapter 1 papers. We're using the beautiful kit called Coffee and Cream. It is really a stunning kit. Look at these papers. Check this out. This is wallpaper. It's actually from China in the first place. Chinoiserie, they called it. And it's been modified. It's a later version, but the original wallpapers were used on the walls like a way to keep out the damp, the way to keep out the winter. Of course, only the wealthy could afford them. But they were in scenic. Nature was very common. Pastoral scenes like with toiles, with cotton toiles, and other types of monochrome, one color on beige or white prints. And they were just stunning. So these papers, some of them in this kit, are emulating that. They always had the curved branches that were, filled with different flowers that would never grow on a tree, and birds of all sorts. Of course, the very Chinese looking ones, the first ones, were cranes and different birds that you would have seen in China. And a lot of times they weren't monochrome. Europe did a lot of monochrome, but the Chinese actually used quite a bit of color in theirs. So these are just amazing to me. I love them. I've done research and written papers on wallpaper history, so it really is something near and dear to my heart. And then we're also going to be using, this is the only envelope in the kit. It looks like this. So it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And it comes with these goodies at the top, which I'm also using in this project. And then I also printed out, I should say that I put this paper, which is also in the kit obviously, on the inside. This is like a Southern Civil War rose print to me. You would see this on curtains in the bedroom, and the cushions on the seating in the bedrooms, and of course quilts or bed covers as they were called. Just stunning, just beautiful, and this beautiful aqua color. Oh, I love them so much. So the way that I cut out my envelopes, I don't use a scoreboard. I have a very sharp edge on my sitting desk, and I cut it out, and then I put this dark line across right where the edge is, and then I just press this down and I run my finger across here, and it makes for a very clean edge. I do that on all four sides. I do that whenever I can, because with the cutting board I find that even though I'm going straight, it ends up coming over there, and sometimes it's even hard to tell what's straight. So that's just like a little cheater thing that obviously we did a long time ago before cutting boards were even available. I also took two of the ephemera choices. Well, actually I took three. This is one, these two are another two, and there's one or two others also. And I printed these at 5x7 shrunk. You know how you have fit to frame and then you take fit to frame off. So these are fit to frame off, and then I printed this one with fit to frame on, and you can see how it is bigger when it's fit to frame on. And although that's small, what we're going to be working with this envelope, and how I'm going to show you a new closure that you haven't seen, the smaller might be the way to go. But because I love them all, I just printed them in two sizes, and then I can play when we get there. Oops. I'm going to set my alarm for 40 minutes, so you might want to get out something to work on while we're together. I don't know if it'll take 40 minutes, and it might actually take a little bit longer. I prepped the envelope, and it's not that it's super difficult. It did take me quite a while to figure it out, but now that I have a prototype, I think I can do it pretty quick. All right. So cut out. So get your favorite things. I didn't back them because they're mostly going to be glued on, and certainly not all are going to be used. And then I brought in papers from Graphics Fairy. Sue and Jan do not mind that I mix their printables with other papers, even in design team projects. So I'm taking them at their word, as I have in the past, and I saw these, what Graphics Fairy, they had a membership kit, I don't know, a week or two ago, that's called, I believe it's called Winter Garden. And I felt like these pictures just went so beautifully with this wallpaper print. Just beautifully. And all of them. I mean, it goes beautifully with all of it, even if you're talking Civil War. So I made these in a 3x5, and it wasn't fit to frame. And then I felt like it might have been a little too small. This is a little too big, so I'm going to have both. And then I did 2 more in this. I just love, love, love this for the purposes we're going to use it. But I love it anyway because it's one of those, like, you know, glass, like crystal greenhouses. You know, in London they had the crystal, like World's Fair. It was an exposition, maybe Crystal Palace Exposition. I think that's what it was called. And it was, well, they didn't have Civil War there when we did, but it was post our Civil War, so it was the latter part of the 1800s. And it was stunning. Now, I don't know if this is from that, but it certainly has the same look and feel. But I love that it says Winter Garden. And again, I think that just really fits with this. So, 4x6. I think I did fit to frame. Depends if this got cut off. Or did it not fit to frame? And then I already told you what these were. Now, the only one thing you have to do that's really, really important. Oh, and by the way, I want to say, if you don't have these, for heaven's sakes, find something that makes you happy. Find something that you think goes with this beautiful scene. And, you know, there's a lot of freebies apparently on Graphics Fairy, and there might be something very similar to this. They might even have these in their freebies. So don't hesitate to look. But I betcha you can find pictures of greenhouses and plants that would be just beautiful. And then look up the Crystal Palace Exposition or World's Fair in London in the 1800s and see if you can find a picture that's similar, if you like this picture. And then this one I think is from a magazine or some sort of a sales catalog. I really am not planning on using it in this project, but it was one of the 4 that I copied from that Winter Garden selection. So I had the space, I filled it. That's basically what that's about. Okay. So anyway, the important thing, and this is really important if you're going to do it like me. If you don't do it like mine, cool. The prototype, I use different papers because this is the only envelope is the one we're using, but I use different papers inside because, well, you know, why would I make 2 the same? I'm not. So these are different. And what I discovered, let me see if I can show you. Okay. If you go into the kit and you say print these one on each side, you know, say print both sides. When it, and then you say print on long side. Now maybe if you said print on short side it would work, but short side to me means it's a landscape picture. So I don't know that it would work. But this is a portrait, and so I said print on long side, and this is what happened. So I went back and looked at the kit, and sure enough, you know, this one is laying this way in the picture on Etsy, or when you buy it, and this one is laying this way. So I went into the editor on my printer, and I simply told this one to flip up. Okay, it's not really flip, it's turn. So it turned twice, once, twice. And that put the header up there, and then it matched the header here. So you could have this down here, but then this would be upside down in the project we're going to show, and this one would be right side up. So I felt that I wanted to do it equal. And I also want to tell you guys, I got a new old model printer. Remember all the printer problems I've been having? Well, I used to have an 8000 series of the OfficeJet Pro from HP for many years and never had a problem. I loved that printer. You probably heard me talk about it before. And then one day it just completely stopped. And I think in retrospect that I probably needed a new printhead, which would have been used like maybe $65. I should have just bought it, but they wouldn't confirm that was the problem. And so $65 for nothing if you're buying it used from somebody. It just was, you know, that was a big amount to just waste. So I got a new 9000 series OfficeJet. I went through two right away because they were so messed up when I got them. The third one, I was so sick of sending things back and waiting, I just said, I'll live with it. Well, it's never worked right. It's been leaking ink and causing problems. The colors have never been right. The beiges being the hardest for my printer to ever look like, so I've always had to adjust all these things. A time suck of a printer in every conceivable way. And so I thought about it recently, and I thought, you know what if I get another 8000 series? Now, I didn't see the exact one that I had, so I bought one that looks like the 9000 that I have, but without some of the bells and whistles, like the fax and the email and stuff like that, which I didn't use. So I've had it now, and it works like a charm. This is important too. This is an 8x10, not fit to frame. 8x10, not fit to frame. You do need to make it smaller than a whole page because we're going to be cutting off some of it. So if you make it bigger, you're just cutting off more and really wasting it. And then the print's bigger. I wanted most of this print to show, so we're going to be cutting off like this. And so most of that print will show. So 8x10, not fit to frame. Flip this one, or this one, so that they're both at the top before you print it. All right. So anyway, they lined up. This has almost never happened on my 9000 series. And the color, I think, is absolutely correct. And I feel like 1,000 pounds have been lifted from my shoulders having a printer that I can count on. The next thing I'm going to try it with are some more tissue-y-like papers and vellum and see if it picks it up, because this printer would not do it. And so it limited some of the ideas that I came up with, and that just didn't feel good. So happy day, happy day, happy day. All right, so let's move forward now that you know what it is you need. Okay, so this is just an example. Another colorway, if you didn't want to have your two matching like that, you could do a plain back, which is gorgeous, and then it wouldn't matter which way it went. And actually, what I learned to do because of the poor printer was if I printed a smaller size on one side, I would never use the feature of it turning over, which is what you pay for. I would just do it manually and then do the extra one full size. So I'd have to be careful about what I would pick for the back so that it would line up. No more problems. Okay, so what we're going to do, and this, I think I told you, is for the closure. And this does not have to be printed on both sides, but since I have instant ink, it's not a big deal. And I love these papers so much, but mostly I just want to see how they look as the closure, because quite a bit of them shows as the closure. So either this side would be face up and that would be inside, or this would be face up. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out when we get there. I'm excited to do it in another colorway, and I seriously don't think it's going to be my last, because that's how much I love this project. So I'm looking for this. Okay, so this is our envelope, and this is how it's going to be. So these two sides are the same size. And what we're going to do, I'll move these things away so that you don't get confused about what it is I'm working on here. Okay. Okay. We're going to, well, you know what? I kind of think we need to start, yeah. In the prototype, I did it the way I was about to, but what I want to do is the easier way. Okay. So we're going to start with the Papers from Graphics Diary. Oops. Okay, let's see. Where are those papers? So you guys, Christmas is next week. You could pay me $1 million to tell you that it was. Because to me, it's just come way too quick. It is. I haven't heard a single Christmas carol anywhere I've gone. I put them on here, but I haven't heard them. I haven't seen hardly anybody with lights. I've seen no decorations in the store other than those that are for sale. I mean, there's no sign of Christmas at all that I've seen. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these in the middle. And on the prototype, I had this one in the middle, and then I had this one sliding in with Winter Garden that didn't show very much. And I don't want that to happen again because this Winter Garden thing is really appealing to me. So this is the 5x3, and I'm just going to cut this out as it is. Now on the larger one, you have to cut all of this extra off, and I didn't want to use this delightful little trim, so I cut right by the side, but it was tight. It was very tight. It looked a little squished, and the envelope had to be a tad refolded. Not terrible, but I wanted it to lay. I wanted the envelope to be able to close and lay pretty well, but it led me to make a cool closure. So in a way, propelled me to come up with something, and I'm glad for that because I like it, and I think you will too. Okay. All right, I see a little white there. I didn't really use distress ink on here. Little bit here and there because the edges were white, but for the most part, I didn't. Actually, I say that, but I think this is the one that I did use distress ink because it just looks so fresh. Yeah, I don't really want it to look so fresh. So let's see how this lies right here. And the key is if you go, oh yeah, so that's perfect. So you can see how much bigger this is. A lot bigger. It's a lot taller, and there's certainly plenty of room for the height. And that's kind of nice. But you had to cut, like I say, all of that off, and then this barely showed. So my thought is, I didn't want to cut that edge off. I wanted to fold it under. Darn it, I already made a mistake. I recommend, maybe I can paste this on or something, leaving that on so that you can turn that under and glue that down, and that way there's more room for your tag that's going to go in there, because if you put the glue here, then the tag can only go that far. But if you keep this on and turn it under, then the tag can scoot in above it. Oh, what a bummer that I did that. And I don't want to pause because my pause doesn't work very well. I'm setting up I got a new computer, which isn't set up yet, but when it is, I'm going to record. I'm going to put this camera software onto my current computer, which is fine, and then maybe the pause will work, and I'll be able to utilize it more, shorten some of the videos where I do some of the boring things. Okay. All right, well, I guess if I just put the skinniest little line of this, okay, and then these little guys are going to slide in there. That's the plan. So let's cut these out, and I believe this one needs to be cut a little smaller. Yeah. So this beautiful watercolor, Oh, probably a little smaller, maybe even a little shorter. Well, yeah, I should have maybe made everything the same size so I wouldn't be doing this right now. And maybe having it not turn out, but oh well. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to make this shorter. Well, what I ended up doing, let's see. Yeah, it's definitely got to be shorter. Okay. Not a problem. Oh, that's so crooked. Okay. You know what would be fun? Putting some glitter on here. I'm just going to do, I just think it's so cute. You know, Christmas and all. Or winter. Okay, I'm just going to stick a few little drops. I sprayed mica on the other one. And I want to try something different. So it's kind of like snow, in a way. I just think it's cute. Okay. All right. I heard somebody say that they think that our glitter glue has changed and it's more watery. Oh, I couldn't agree more. I heard it just recently. I thought, oh, thank goodness it's not just me. Because I honestly have just been wondering what's going on with my glue. Yes, it's been very cold here. Oh, my goodness. But, I don't know. Watery because it's cold? That would seem not to be the case. That would be more like summer, right? But it shouldn't be. And so, yeah, they've done something to their glue. Hope that's enough. Ah! Looks gorgeous! I'm not leaving it like that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. I love this. I'm going to set the whole thing aside and hope it dries before I tap it off. Okay. Okay. I want to get this off before it gets in everything. Now I used a mica spray that looked silver. It looks silver. But I don't happen to have any silver glitter. But I would use silver glitter if I had it for these colors. They're very cool colors. And I think that the silver would look really prettier than the gold with them. Personally, that's my thought. But, you know, it's just me. Okay. So, let's... Where's that one I cut out? Oh, what did I do with it? You know, I just got an idea. This is a sticker that's still got the back on. And if I were to cut that off and just use it, I don't really want it to spring open. I just want it to not, oh, I wonder, okay, what did I do with that, oh, it's right there, of course. What is going on with me? Okay, let's glue this down, hope for the best. Oh, I want to cut a little hole out of this thing. Okay, ever so small because that word is so important to keep in. Ha, love it. And then we'll put a little bit of, oh, you know, I've been using hickory smoke with this kit too, and that's a lovely difference. I just am enjoying using a lot of the different colors and things that I already own and just haven't really, done a lot with. I buy them and then I just don't pull them out. I kind of save them for a particular project, and that's kind of where they end up, and I forget I have them and I don't really benefit from them. But I've been watching Louise Heinzel and Barbara's 49 Dragonflies, which I watch them anyway, and they're doing the December Ember, so I'm watching them more, every day, 4 days a week, and they just have had fantastic ideas this year. Oh my goodness. And it just brings me into a good space of saying, hey, pull out those things you have and use them. You learn by using. You remember by having them in the memory part of your brain that's more recent. Then they get held there. Okay. And if they get held there long enough and tapped into, then they go into storage. If they don't get used, brought up, recycled, thought about, they don't go into storage. So they go away, and they go away when you're sleeping. That's why sleep is so important. You need to get what I call a car wash. At night, a chemical is released called BDNF, brain-derived neurofactor, and it, among other things, clears out all the debris in your brain from that day. And there are people who believe that that is what helps to prevent, plaques and taus, which they think are what, might be behind Alzheimer's. There's so much research that shows plenty of people have those and they don't have Alzheimer's. So I don't know if I believe that, but that's the theory they go on these days. So where are we going to put that? Up high or down low? Oh, okay, we'll just put it here. Okay. Okay. That gives us space there. Plenty. You don't want to have it against this crease because something else is going to go there. So, all right. Oh, I love it. And then one of the cute little pieces is going to go over here. Now I used these in the last one, so let's see what we have that might be new and fresh. Let's see. Oh, I could put these scenes down here and above. Ooh, that looks like a winter beach scene. Oh, I love that. But I gotta say, it's a little bit, I don't think I can move that now. It's a little bit higher. Let's see if that girl would look pretty there. It's gotta be something upright or skinny that would face there. Let's see. I always love Paris, but this is London, so we won't do that. Fleur, love this so much. That would be pretty down here if there was rain right there. Okay, maybe I'm going to have to wait until I get all of it together. And is this a smaller one? Yeah, this is the smaller version. Quite a few choices. I think I'm going to wait. I think we'll do the embellishments of this size after we have the whole thing together. Okay. All right, so now let's see what happened with this, because this is going to go inside of that pocket if all goes according to plan. Kind of looks polka dotted. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness sakes. Not sure I love it. Not sure. I bet you some are going to rub off. And I have to back it. Oh, it doesn't want to go. I don't know. Looks a little like it's got the chicken pox. So that's not totally appealing. That's my dog, if you hear a funny sound. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not so sure about that. Maybe if I did the rest of it, the whole thing had polka dots. Yeah, the mica and silver was a little, it was not so obvious. Okay, so this is what I put on the back. So and you have to move it over to make it small enough, or to, move it wherever you want. But I think I opted for cutting off this and this so that you had that. And I can make that the front piece if this glitter just looks too silly, and then it can be the back. Oh, and I put it at the top. So I put it in the upper left-hand corner. Okay. And where's my pencil? All right. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to cut out just enough to line that up before I cut the rest of it. Okay. Now see how that's like a little bit of sparkle? Can you see that even? That's what I was kind of hoping to achieve, was almost like little stars. I put way too big a glue glops on there. Oh well. Okay. Let's see, how did I put this on? I think I used glue stick and, whoops. Okay. So I don't know if this is a truism and other people experience this, but when it first started getting cold, our house inside was freezing all the time, even if there was a nice day in between, a warm day. And at night, when we turn everything off, oh God, it was just freezing cold. And so now it's been a month or two of pretty cold weather, and it seems like the house inside doesn't get as cold, and it doesn't get as cold at night when everything's turned off. So it's really been an interesting thing. And it's changed how many blankets we have on the bed. And it's nice. We're just not as freezing cold. So I don't know, because honestly, California just doesn't get that cold in Southern California. But, everything's changing. And so it's sort of a new thing. Okay. So those of you who have winters, do you find that that's the case? That your house kind of has to get used to it, and then it takes less to heat it up, and you're warmer at night? That kind of thing? I'd love to know. Okay. All right. I can see that that's lifting up, so let's put this there. Oh, come on, glue. Okay. All right. In there, in there. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. And there we go. So I'm going to cut that off. Yeah. I want Rachel's scissors. Her scissors are so sharp all the time. And this is where I use some of that hickory smoke. Okay. All right. So come on, scooch in. Oh, it wants to hit that glue and just be difficult. Oh, I know. Around the corners. That often helps, doesn't it? Oh, I think my dog wants the outside light on. Hold on one sec. Come here, girl. There you go. Okay? Okay, let's try that. Oh, come on. There we go. Come on, keep going. There we go. Okay. Okay. So, there we go. So, this side up, I think, when you pull it out, it's like being inside the Crystal Cathedral, or Crystal Palace. So I don't think that's a bad thing. And you can't really put anything, see the line is right there, the fold, so you can't really put a tab on, which is why it's important to cut that out. All right, let's move on. Okay, so next we're going to do the other main part, and where the journaling would happen. And that's with this sheet. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do, I think I want this side up because I like all that minty color. And it needs to fit in here. So let me cut this top off first so we can draw the lines. All right, and it's not off by much, this and that, so it's really not much. So I'm going to move this as middle as I can, and then I am going to draw a line just a little bit inside of each side. It doesn't have to be precise, right? It's just a little before, and then I'm going to cut the bottom. Okay. So now I'm going to draw another line. I'm going to hope I've sort of estimated it the same. Go like that. And like that. And I love how chapter 1 put these, faux leather corners. Well, it's like you could say, I think this is a piece of paper tucked in like a blotter paper tucked into the leather. Oh, I just love it. All right, and then I'm going to rip these. And I'm going to hope they're somewhat, that I'm somewhat straight. Yeah, that looks good. Now, in my mind, you can journal on this side, and you can journal on here. Oops, I'm going to droop that. And if you have a dark enough pen, you could write over the wallpaper part, but, I don't want to do that. So, but I do think this can be useful for journaling. And you could make your winter garden tag, be writable on both sides. You could use something more simple, or have it writable on one side. Okay, so let's just cut that off. Whoops, there we go. I want to close this. Alright, then I've got to rip this bottom. The top we're going to glue down, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let's see how we can get this ripped. Not lose too much. Because it's so pretty. Okay. Wish me luck. The ruler usually moves and hits my nails, and yeah, that's how it goes for me. Okay, come on. Pretty good. Oh, that was a very good tear. Better than usual. Okay, so I think I'll do a little bit of hickory smoke around here. Ouch. Oh, I have a discount code for you. It's in the, I'll put it in the description box. It's 20% off anything you buy in the store, and it's good for 30 days from today. So, can't beat that. Go to town, people. Go to town. Okay. And let's just mess this up a little bit. It's a little fresh looking. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this part, which is also that part, down to here. Right in between. Whew, we could have taken off a little more. It's going to show a little bit. Is it going to matter? Let's see. Let's see if it matters. Yeah, it shows there. But that doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't want to lose that much of it. I like it. I like that leather. I don't want to lose it. So, I think I used glue stick for this part. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is not easy to do. There, I think that's straight. I think so. Okay. Yeah, I think I cut it a lot. I think I cut it a lot more. We'll see when I show it to you when I get it out. Okay, and then you start to fold. The glitter is still there, you can see it. Okay, so now this is got to be glued a little better over here as well. I can see it coming up. Okay. So I'm going to fold this. Whoops. Oh, that's me. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to put it on for a few more minutes. And hopefully, I mean, we're just about done, really. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this up like that, and it's going to be inside of that lip. think I continued to fold it this way. It's got to be able to go like that, so it can't go as far as you might think. I think I'm just over it a tad. Let's see. Oh, come on. Let's see how good you are about it. Okay, good, good, good. All right, and then one more. I think if you used maybe a lightweight paper, then you could possibly, make the fold all the way to there, and all of that's going on in there wouldn't matter so much. But I don't like the way colors show on the lighter weight papers that I've tried, so I end up using a heavier weight paper, and then those folds matter. So just, take that into consideration. Okay. Oh gosh, that's so beautiful. Oh, I love that creamy white. All right, and then you have that there. You have that there. These I closed up like this, and wait, no I didn't. What did I do? No, I had them closed on the outside, and then our great closure. Yeah, okay. So with our time crunch, I just want to show you. Look at that's really, really close there. I bet I cut those off. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's gorgeous. I think I cut those off. Pretty sure that's what I did. Let's see. Anyway, so then you open it up. You've got this beautiful thing to tear out, or to pull out. Or this. And we're going to decorate a little more on the inside. And then this comes out, and you have this beautiful piece. You can decorate it, you can write on it. We're going to put something here. And flipped over, you have more writing room and more places to decorate or put pictures or whatever you like. So it tucks up in this beautiful way, and you'd never know looking at it that you have this wonderful surprise inside. Isn't that cool? Okay, let's just do a couple of decorations, and then I'll show you the prototype, and you'll see what the closure would be. And you'll be able to figure out how to make it. So, I'll talk you through it, but it won't be hard. Okay, so the little pieces. Okay, so I want to put something here, something here, something here, and probably something there. So let me put this beach one out and just see. I love the serenity of it. It's so calming. I don't know if that really looks good there, though. It's so different. Yeah, I don't think that really works. So, I like this fleur so much. This is in the kit as a good size journal card also. In fact, most of these are in the kit as regular size journal cards. I don't know, maybe if I printed it full out it would have been, but I think not. It came fuller. So I like that. I like that a lot. So if I use the gray there, then I would want to use, okay, I love this. That's beautiful. Oh, so pretty. Just kind of want to do something that, you know, just decorate a little bit. That's all. Nothing critical. This is the same as what's on the outside, but that might look pretty down there. And then all these others say something about Paris, and I just don't want to do that on this. Yeah, that's pretty. And on this side, so when it's laying down, that's what would show. I think that's pretty. Do you like that? I like that. And then we also have this long brown one that's skinny. See how it looks. Okay, so this can go here, or this can go here. Oh, I like that too. Oh, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Okay, so if that goes there, then this one goes here. I don't want to cover up the bird. What else could go there that would be smaller? I like this. I like this one here a lot. I just think, I like how it goes with that leather. It's kind of masculine, and that's appealing to me. Let's see. Okay. Oops. Yeah. I don't know why that's so sticky in a weird kind of way. Okay, so we're going to put this lined up with this hole, you know, like even middle is what I'm trying to say. Okay. It's not necessary to put something here, of course, but it helps keep the paper sturdy, which is why I'm considering this. Another one I could put there that would be smaller is this. It's quite green. I don't think it goes as well. Well, here's a street. I think this is the bigger one. That's not a very big piece, though. Yeah, I think this is going to have to be it. But I can cut this down. It doesn't have to be quite this big. I think I'm going to round the corners. Yeah, I cut that pretty poorly. Okay. Oops. Okay, so it's going a little bit longer. You know what? I'm going to show you. I'm going to put it there, and then we have, that gives us 2 finger holds to hold on to. And then I'm going to put this one here, And that's what it'll look like when you open it up. Pretty, huh? I love it. I love it. There's a lot more places that can be decorated here. So let me show you my prototype. And you'll see the closure first thing. Whoops. So I closed it by making a band. It's double paper. I cut it out wide, and I turned the edges under, and that holds it in place. And I love it. So I wanted to see about, that's why I made this double-sided, because I wanted to see if I wanted to use the same color or a different color to make this band. See, that brown goes beautifully with that bird. So just for the sake of doing it different, I think I'm going to use the brown. And then I put a little decoration here where there's kind of a blank area. And then I slipped, I made it as long as I could. I made it like 17 inches. And then I slipped, this actually comes off, if I slip that out. And this is where under here is where I had to glue the two together, because the paper's only 11 inches long, and I wanted it to be 16 and a half, I think. So I had to glue two together. And I just cut it, a little more than twice. I think my thing is 1 1/4, so I cut it 2 1/2 plus another 1/4 inch. And then I put 2 pieces of flat paper just inside so that it would, not catch when I was flipping it over. And so the inside of this one starts out like this. This is obviously from the kit. These are the pieces I put. Didn't put one on that side. I think I will. And so that's the same one that we're using on the back. And then this really invites a lot of writing and looks really pretty with that. So if you know you want to do a lot of writing or drawing or gluing something on, there's a couple of blanker ones you can pick. And then this is with the mica. It's very silvery. It's hard to tell. It looks kind of like dark spots. There you go. That's a nice silver picture. And that's pretty. And then the Winter Garden card is inside. And I put this on the back of that. And this is all in the bigger size. So, as I say, I didn't cut this here. I cut it out here and then folded that under. So this slips in there. So you can see what it looks like with that versus what it looks like with the smaller one and the Winter Garden one. This just didn't show it enough. So it looks very summery to me, and I really wish the Winter Garden showed completely. So yeah, so I'm going to do more decorating on this, but my closure is what I recommend. Obviously, I've made the tall envelopes before where I put the button with the twine and it comes down and it ties to here, but that really doesn't hold it down very well, because if you pull it tight, then it kind of bends. So you could tie something around it, but then what do you do with these flaps? They don't really work on any level if you just put them inside. Then you've just got that. So that would be the other way to go, to tie a twine around that. And that would work fine too. But I think this is really cool, don't you think? I liked it a lot. And it could be narrower, but I wanted to make sure it really held it down. I put it in a book loosely last night, and that helped flatten it. But last night it was still really quite puffy in spite of how many times I went over it. All right, you guys, I'm going to say goodbye now because I've gone long and I don't want to do that. So it is, the week before Christmas, so I do wish you a very happy holiday. However you choose to celebrate it, I hope it's meaningful and wonderful. I hope you have a lot of craft time. I have another chapter 1 idea in mind using the same kit. Completely different idea. And so I'm going to do that sometime over this next week or so. And it's really different, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So hope to see you then. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll like, subscribe, and really mostly comment, because I love hearing from you if you feel so inclined. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.